Hi everyone! Today I have something very special for you. A subscriber of mine sent me an article that just reeks of assertion and stupidity. It's been a while since I made my last video, and I've been kind of focusing on my anniversary livestream that's coming up soon. But I still thought I should do a video for you guys. So, this article is about men stealing the female orgasm. Yep, those darn men.
They stole it from us. Sneaky little
Menaces.
Wicked, tricksy, first.
Yep. Filthy little menaces. Now, to get a female viewpoint, I've hired the bounty hunter Laura Bones to help me out. This could possibly give a different viewpoint, I think. Hello, Laura. Welcome to my ship.
Hello, and thank you for allowing me on your ship, my lord. It is indeed an honour.
Right, here we go. Why guys get turned on when you orgasm, and why that's a bad thing. Of course, guys manage to make your orgasm about themselves. It's not enough that men are already having more orgasms than women.
You do know why men have more orgasms, right? No? Well, let me help you. It's evolution, people. The female orgasm is not a prerequisite for reproduction. The male's is. And although, yes, orgasm and ejaculation in males are not the same thing, they do as a general rule accompany each other. Also, why does it even matter that men are having more orgasms than women? I mean, is equality actually measured in orgasms now? And what happened to quality over quantity? I mean, female orgasms are generally more intense than a man's, last longer, and we are a lot more capable of having multiple ones. So there is a bit of a balancing act here.
Life's unfair. You just need to get used to that idea. But that's the way our bodies are built. And to make matters worse, a new study published in the Journal of Sex Research found, aside from deriving pleasure from their own orgasm, obviously, men also derive a specific sort of masculine pleasure from making female partners orgasm. And as the survey shows, it's not as easy for women to have an orgasm. So, being a big part in that, naturally, it makes you feel good that you've helped your partner achieving an orgasm. It's not brain surgery. Having sex is about being intimate with someone, and the end goal is to have a good time and feel good. Or reproducing. But many people have sex just for the pleasure of it. And an orgasm is a very good thing. Not only is the reward system in the brain as high as if you're taking cocaine when you orgasm, or the fact that the oxytocin is more than 5 times higher than normal after a woman orgasms. The other fact is that you make your partner feel good, and it's also very good for your partner's health. The researcher in the study, Sarah Chadwick and Sari Van Anders, referred to this incredibly predictable phenomenon as a masculine achievement. I'm not really sure what this means, but I imagine a masculine achievement looks like something like Super Mario punching a coin out of one of those floating boxes in the video game. Phew. While there is constant pressure for men to always be ready, willing, and able to have sex, this is an extreme pressure to have on you. I would not look at it like Mario getting a coin. It's more that you were able to live up to society's expectation and also exceeded it. And seeing that, as previously stated, that the female orgasm is elusive. Being a part of achieving that is indeed a feather in the hat. But if a woman has ever made a man get an explosive orgasm to the point where he's totally exhausted and shaking, so are you telling me that this fact is not going to be discussed among female friends at a coffee shop?
So is it a sexist flaw that I get a feminine boost if a guy has a particularly intense orgasm with me? Because this boost thing can work both ways. Not all orgasms are created equal. Just as women experience different intensities of orgasms, so can men. And I think a lot of women would be lying to themselves if they said they didn't get some satisfaction from making a guy come hard, for want of a better phrase.
The study gathered 810 men to read a story where they had to imagine an attractive woman either did or did not have orgasm while having sex with them. Each man was asked to rate their sexual esteem and the extent to which they felt masculine after experiencing the scenario. The results are as you'd expect. Men felt more masculine and felt high esteem when they imagined a woman orgasmed during sex with them. The result suggests that a woman's orgasm do function, at least in part, as a masculinity achievement for men. Oh, of course it is an achievement. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. Naturally, you feel more masculine and have better self-esteem when you get your partner to orgasm. Societal pressures make men anxious about having sex. The constant need to perform. That's not an easy thing to deal with. And should you go limp or not feel the need for sex, you will judge yourself harshly, feel inadequate and useless. Assuming that men only want to have sex to have some sort of trophy is false. But sure, there are men out there that are like that. But in general, it's more about having a good time and get those good feelings.
Imagine. So this research isn't even based on actual reactions to real scenarios. It's just how men think they might feel in their imaginations after reading a made-up scenario. Solid. Real solid research there. And how did you even define masculinity? Did you give the men a definition to work with, or did you just let them decide what masculine meant to them? There's also this underlying tone here that feeling masculine in itself is inherently a bad thing. It's not. I don't know about you, Sithy, but sex and its accompanying feelings, in my imagination, are very often quite different to reality. So I'm really struggling to take this research seriously.
Oh, I agree with you there, Laura. In general, I think people's fantasy and imagination far outweighs the experience of the real thing. So yeah, this article is totally worthless. Let's be clear, there is nothing wrong with feeling good about making your partner feel good, in this case having an orgasm. It's nice to bring pleasure to your partner, but the researchers point out a sexist flaw in the masculinity boost thing. Despite increasing focus on women's orgasm, research indicates that the increased attention to women's orgasm may also serve men's sexuality, complicating conceptualization of women's orgasm as woman-centric, researchers wrote. What the hell does that even mean? So focusing on the female orgasm and research into it also help men's sexuality? Is that a bad thing? If it helps both men and women, what the hell's the problem with it? During sex, it's cooperation and intimate joining where you make each other feel good. In a separate statement from Chadwick and Fernandez, they explained why it's a bad thing for men to gain masculinity points for bringing female partners to orgasm. One reason is that it might pressure some heterosexual men to feel like they have to give women orgasm, as if an orgasm is something men pulled out of a hat and presented to a woman they wrote. This ties into cultural ideas of women as passive recipients of whatever men give them.
So, after years of feminists extolling the virtues of the female orgasm, endless articles in men's and women's magazines teaching men how to be good in the bedroom, female comedians ridiculing men for not knowing what a G-spot is or how to work a clitoris, and thousands of empowered women demanding men give them pleasure too, we're suddenly going to be surprised that some men feel pressure. Really? And if men really do feel like they have to give women orgasms, it has nothing to do with patriarchal ideas of women. It's because we, as women, spent years telling them that they had to.
Yeah, there is indeed a cultural conception that women are recipients. This is also tied to biology. Women receive the seed and get impregnated. It does not work the other way around. If it had been, then the conception would most likely have been the same way but reversed. And even if men and women are capable of achieving orgasms on their own, it's just not quite the same as achieving an orgasm with a partner. And I would say that the woman is very much involved in giving a man orgasm too, as the other way around. During sex, you are both recipient and giver. They also mention another sexist orgasm trope: women feeling pressure to fake orgasms in order to appease a male partner, or in their words, to protect men's feelings. For women who have sex with male partners, the pressure to orgasm is a relatable feeling. Hence, all the faking that we know is going down in hetero bedrooms all around the country. Now, this all boils down to the fact that you want to make your partner feel good. Granted that most sexually knowledgeable men would know when a woman is faking, unless she has practiced a lot and can make contractual motions on her own. I think that women need to stop faking and helping their partner by showing them what works best for them. Every woman has her own quirks and sensations that work best for her. Even if you got a previous partner that had multiple orgasms every time, does not mean that what you did with that partner will work with your next one. The same way men should tell their female partner what they like best. That will lead to a more pleasurable and fulfilling experience. Something that needs to be said as well is that women do not always need to have an orgasm. With less pressure on men to reach this, I think they can relax more, also focusing on just making it as pleasurable as possible. The researchers draw a fairly frightening conclusion from the research findings. When women's orgasms begin to serve masculinity achievements for male partners, the orgasm cease to be about women's liberation and sexual pleasure. They just become another opportunity for men to flex or shore up their sense of masculinity.
They're thieves. They're thieves. They're filthy little thieves. They stole it from us.
Oh, it's both, you fucking idiots. It's both for sexual pleasure of the woman, and it's also about the man feeling good about helping their partner getting to that point of orgasm. I don't understand why you assume that it has to be one or the other. In a sexual relationship, you are both partners in pleasing each other. So what's wrong about a man feeling good about getting his woman to a point of orgasm? And as a woman, would you not be happy if your male partner is feeling good about himself for helping you achieve the orgasm? These men, therefore, were more likely to view women's orgasm as a notch on their bedpost of manliness, Chadwick and Van Anders wrote in the statement. They end their note with encouragement for men to think of orgasms less as an achievement to be unlocked and truly view them for what they are: tiny little pleasures of explosions that should be enjoyed frequently by female partners. Holy shit. You do realize that a man also feels the woman's orgasm, right? With its contractions and pulsations. Therefore, it's something that can be enjoyed by both parties. Instead of dividing people like you are in this article and the study, why not make them intertwined as it should be? Two partners doing their best to make the other partner feel good. The same way many women actually take enjoyment in men orgasming. It's an achievement no matter how you feel about it. You're a big part in helping your partner achieving orgasm. There's nothing wrong with that. Instead, it should be celebrated. The orgasm for both partners is a concern for both parties. Stop dividing things when sex is about joining, engaging, and helping.
Again, is this idea that masculinity is a bad thing. So what if bringing a partner pleasure makes a man feel good about himself? What is wrong with taking pleasure from seeing your partner lost in an orgasm? What is wrong with feeling good about knowing you had a partner? Because at the end of the day, orgasms don't just happen on their own. They do take a certain amount of input from the man. And yes, some guys are a bit better at that input than others. Sorry fellas, but it's true. Skill isn't the only factor by any means, but it does help, especially if you're after more than just little pleasure explosions. Little pleasure explosions? Seriously? If that's the only way they can describe an orgasm, I think they may need to find themselves a man with those input skills. What do you think, Sithy?
Giggity, giggity, goo. It's almost as if this person has not had a sexual partner in their life. If you make your partner feel good, no matter the circumstance, you will feel good too. Right, that was the full thing, guys. I'd like to thank Laura Bones for her wonderful assistance, and I hope to see you again on my anniversary livestream. So thank you all for watching, guys. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I still have the donation for the Shitlord Forest up. If you feel like helping, trying to conservate rainforest, any donation given to the link there will 100% go rainforest conservation. And I will also add 10%. If it's not an exceeding amount, then we'll see how much I give. I'll also be donating out a t-shirt or a mug from my store to everyone who's donated $10 or more. For every $10 you get a ticket and a possibility to win one of those things. The link to that video will also be down below along with the donation link. So feel free to check that out and also check out Laura Bones' channel. And yeah, thanks for watching and listening, guys, and have a great day. Bye bye.
May the facts be with you.